Hey there, fellow anglers. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're talking about one of my favorite topics, night fishing. There's something special about being out on the water when the world goes quiet. The fish are more active, the air is cooler, and honestly, it's just peaceful. Today, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about night fishing. From the gear you'll need, to the best techniques, to some little-known hacks that will completely level up your game. If you love fishing as much as I do, stick around. Let's start with the basics. Why should you fish at night? Well, there are actually several scientific reasons. First, many fish are nocturnal hunters. During the day, they hide in deep water or under structures to avoid predators. But when the sun sets, they become active and move to shallow waters to feed. Bass, catfish, pike, they all follow this pattern. Second, water temperature. At night, the water is cooler, and fish are more comfortable hunting. They're also less stressed because they're not competing with surface activity. Third, less fishing pressure. Most anglers fish during the day. This means at night, you're fishing in a lake that's had 8 to 10 hours of rest. The fish haven't been spooked by dozens of lures. And finally, there's the atmosphere. The stars, the sounds of nature, the quiet. For me, that's half the appeal. Okay, let's talk equipment. I know night fishing might seem intimidating, but you don't need fancy gear. Let me break down what you actually need. For night fishing, I recommend a 6.5 to 7 foot medium heavy rod with a fast action. Why? Because you can't see your line or lure as well, so you need to feel everything. Fast action gives you sensitivity and better control. Pair it with a high-speed baitcaster reel, something with a 7.1 to 1 gear ratio or higher. Why? Because in darkness, quick retrieves help you feel the lure and detect bites faster. If you prefer spinning reels, that's fine too. Just make sure it's smooth and reliable. A spool with ball bearings, at least 5, makes a big difference. Get a reel with a luminescent drag indicator. You'll see it glowing in the dark if a fish pulls hard. Line choice is critical for night fishing. Here's what I recommend. Braided line at 30 to 50 pound test has these pros. Minimal stretch, excellent sensitivity, brighter colors easier to see. The cons are, more visible to fish, noisier on reel. It's best for shallow water and thick cover. Fluorocarbon at 15 to 20 pound test has these pros. Nearly invisible, less water resistance, great sensitivity. The cons are, can be stiff in cold water. It's best for clear water and finesse fishing. Monofilament at 15 to 20 pound test has these pros. Budget friendly, versatile, good casting. The cons are, stretches, harder to feel bites. It's best for beginners and calm conditions. My personal setup? I use braided main line at 40 pounds with a fluorocarbon leader at 18 pounds. Best of both worlds. Now, lighting is where night fishing gets interesting. You need light, but you can't blast the fish with a spotlight. This is my favorite tool, a red headlamp. Red light is invisible to fish but perfectly visible to us. Get one with at least 200 lumens and adjustable brightness. I use this for tying knots and reading my sonar. Attach a green or blue underwater light to your boat or use it on the bank. Fish are actually attracted to green and blue light. It attracts bait fish. I set mine to about 50% brightness so it's not too intense. Keep a camping lantern at your camp, not near the water. It lights up your workspace for organizing tackle without affecting the fishing area. Here's a pro tip. Glow sticks. Clip a small glow stick to your rod tip. You can see your rod movement in the dark, and it's barely visible to fish. If you're fishing from a boat, a quality fish finder becomes your best friend at night. Here's why. Structure identification. Find where fish are hiding. Depth awareness. Navigate safely in darkness. Fish detection. See active fish in real time. Temperature data. Monitor water conditions. Get one with a clear screen and night mode. I recommend brands like Garmin, Humminbird, or Lowrance. Budget $200 to $400 for a solid unit. For bank fishing, a portable sonar device like a deeper sonar is game-changing. It's small, accurate, and wireless. Here's a life hack. Organize your lures by color, not type. At night, you can't see colors, so it doesn't matter if you grab a crankbait or jig, they perform similarly. I use glow-in-the-dark lures at night. They absorb light and stay visible to fish. Keep them separate so you know which ones are ready to go. Now, let's talk lures. Night fishing requires a different approach than daytime fishing. Shallow runners, diving 3 to 6 feet, are perfect for night fishing because fish come shallow. The vibration is strong, so fish can find it in the dark. Use bright colors, chartreuse, white, or black silhouettes. Work them slower at night. Cast and retrieve at about 60% your normal speed. Fish are still hunting. They don't need to chase aggressively. A half an ounce to 1 ounce jig with a soft plastic trailer is my night fishing staple. Why? Because you can feel everything. The bottom, strikes, snags. It's all tactile feedback. For color, black, purple, or green are best. Avoid bright colors at night. For technique, bounce them along the bottom with fast jigging motions that create vibration. Here's something cool. Topwater lures work great at night. Why? Because fish hunt by lateral line sensing. They feel vibrations in the water. A popper creates massive vibration. Use black poppers or glow-in-the-dark ones. Cast near banks, structures, and docks. The strikes are violent and exciting. If fish are finicky, switch to soft plastics. Worms, creatures, crawfish imitations. Fish them on a light jig head, 1/8 to 1/4 ounce, or drop shot rig. Why? Soft plastics have realistic texture and taste. Even in darkness, fish can feel the difference. A spinnerbait's blade vibration is perfect for night fishing. The fish don't see it. They feel it coming. Use silver or gold blades. Retrieve steadily and let the vibration do the work. Here's a trick most anglers don't know. Charge your glow lures before night fishing. Use a UV flashlight or glow stick. This energizes the phosphorescent coating, and it glows for 2 to 3 hours. Even better, paint your lures with glow paint. It's cheap and incredibly effective. Technique changes at night. Here's what I do differently. Forecasting location. Fish banks and shorelines where fish come shallow at night. Fish docks and pilings. Structure is your friend. Fish drop-offs where fish transition between deep and shallow. Fish grass beds where bait fish hide. For retrieve speed. Go slower than daytime, 30 to 40% slower. Use more deliberate movements. Let the fish find your lure through vibration. For pause timing. Pause for 2 to 3 seconds every few cranks. This creates an irregular pattern fish find irresistible. For soft plastics. Pause longer, 5 to 10 seconds. Feel the rod tip. Feel for changes in tension. At night, you can't see strikes, you feel them. This is critical. At night, you must develop tactile sensitivity. You're reading your rod through your hands. Different strikes feel different. A soft strike is a light tap. Small fish or finicky bite, set the hook gently. A hard strike is a violent jerk, aggressive fish, set with power. A line tension change means weight suddenly increases. Could be a bite or a snag. Here's a pro tip. Use your index finger on the rod handle. Keep it touching the line. You'll feel strikes before you see them on the rod. At night, structure is everything. Fish don't roam. They hunt near cover. Here's where to focus. At docks and pilings, cast parallel to docks. Work lures close to the wood. Fish hide underneath. At weed lines, cast beyond the weed edge. Retrieve slowly through the vegetation. Use weedless lures or jigs. At rocky shorelines, bounce jigs off rocks. Cast parallel to the rocks. Fish hunt in the crevices. At fallen trees and logs, excellent cover for large fish. Use heavy jigs to go deep. Be prepared to lose a lure occasionally. At drop-offs, the edge between shallow and deep water. Fish transit here to feed. Cast over the drop and work down. Okay, here's something most anglers overlook. Moon phases affect night fishing. During a full moon, fish are more active. More light equals more confidence. They spread out more, not concentrated in one area. The best fishing is 2 to 3 hours after sunset. During a new moon, fish are less active, complete darkness. They stay deeper. It's less productive overall. The best times are 30 minutes before midnight to 2 a.m., prime feeding window. Also fish the transition hours from sunset to 2 hours after. And fish the hour before sunrise, another active period. Here's a pro tip. Check the lunar calendar before planning a night fishing trip. A full moon night is worth the trip. A new moon, maybe stay home. Water clarity changes how fish hunt at night. In clear water, fish rely more on lateral line sensing. Use subtle lures and finesse techniques. Fish go deeper at night. Glow lures are less effective. In murky water, fish rely on vibration and sound. Use topwater and spinnerbaits. Fish stay shallower. More aggressive presentations work. Here's a pro tip. Always check water clarity before your trip. Adjust your lure selection accordingly. Night fishing isn't just about catching fish. You're out in the dark, often alone. Here are my essential safety and comfort hacks. Always let a friend or family member know your location and when you'll be back. Send them a pin drop on your phone. If you're in a boat, wear a personal flotation device. Period. You can't see hazards at night. A PFD is insurance. Carry a whistle and flashlight. Emergency situations can happen. A whistle and bright flashlight, white light, not red, can be lifesavers. Keep your phone in a waterproof case. You might need to call for help, check the weather, or see what time it is. Wear dark clothing, dark greens, blacks, and grays, not white. White clothing is visible to wildlife and can attract insects. Nights get cold, especially near water. Here's my system. Base layer, merino wool, warm even if wet. Insulating layer, fleece jacket. Outer layer, windproof jacket. Bottom half, thick pants, jeans or waterproof. Feet, neoprene waders or insulated boots. Here's a pro tip. Wear more than you think you need. You're sitting still, not moving around. You'll get cold fast. Bring a thermos of hot coffee or tea. Hot food, soup, stew. Keeps you warm from the inside. I also bring energy bars and electrolyte drinks. Invest in a good fishing chair with back support. You'll be sitting for hours. Don't use a cheap folding chair. Even at night, bugs can be annoying. Use bug spray with DEET and wear long sleeves. Get a head net if you're in a mosquito-heavy area. If fishing is slow, bring a book, podcast, or music. Low volume, non-distracting. The waiting is part of the experience. Use a red headlamp for night vision and a white flashlight for emergencies. Keep both in your tackle bag. Pro tip. Put a small piece of red cellophane over your regular flashlight to turn it red in a pinch. Alright, let me share some tricks that have genuinely improved my night fishing. These are things I've learned over years on the water. Before you cast, hold your lure and vibrate it in the air. At night, this is how fish will find it. If you can't feel the vibration in your hands, fish won't feel it either. Swap lures until you find one with strong vibration. This might sound silly, but mark your knots with a glow stick marker. You can see where your knot is in the dark, making it easier to set hooks accurately. Since fish can't see well at night, scent becomes crucial. Use fish attractant sprays on soft plastics. I use brands like Fish Bites or Attract Spray. This tips the odds in your favor. After casting, count your retrieves. 1, 2, 3. This keeps your retrieve speed consistent and predictable. Fish develop a pattern to intercept your lure. Here's a pro tip. A slower, steadier retrieve catches more fish at night than a faster, erratic one. Temperature changes affect fish behavior. Before fishing, check surface, middle, and bottom temperatures. Fish will be at the temperature they prefer. Most bass prefer 65 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. If the surface is colder, fish go deeper. Before it gets dark, scout your fishing spot in daylight. Mentally map the structures, depth changes, and hazards. This lets you fish confidently in the dark without stumbling around. Here's what I do. Cast 3 different lures, topwater, jig, and crankbait, in sequence. Work each for 2 to 3 minutes. This tells you what fish prefer that night. Then focus on the winner. Prepare 2 identical rod and reel setups before fishing. If you lose a lure, break a line, or have issues, you swap rods instantly instead of fumbling in the dark. This is a game changer. Download a moon phase app. It shows exactly when the moon rises and sets. Fish are most active during these transition periods. Plan your trips around the moon schedule. Keep a fishing journal. Write down date, moon phase, temperature, time of catches, lure used, water conditions. Over time, you'll see patterns. These patterns are gold. Let me save you from mistakes I've made. Mistake number 1. Using too much light. Your eyes adjust to darkness after 20 minutes. A bright light ruins this adjustment. Stick with red lights. Mistake number 2. Fishing too fast. Slow down. Way down. Fish have more time to find your lure. You have more time to feel bites. Mistake number 3. Wrong structure. Just because it's night doesn't mean fish are everywhere. They're still at structure. If you're not catching, move. Mistake number 4. Ignoring weather. Wind, storms, and barometric pressure affect fishing. Use a weather app to plan trips. Calm nights with clear skies equal best fishing. Mistake number 5. Not testing knots. A broken knot in the dark is frustrating. Test all knots with a scale or hard tug before fishing. Have backup line ready. Night fishing is one of my favorite things to do. It's peaceful, productive, and honestly, a little magical. You're part of the natural world in a way daytime fishing just doesn't capture. I hope these tips, hacks, and techniques help you master night fishing. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced angler, there's always something new to learn. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment below telling me your favorite night fishing memory. And if you try any of these hacks, I want to hear how it goes. Thanks so much for watching. Get out there, fish at night, enjoy the peace, and most importantly, have fun. I'll see you on the water.